Live from Houston, Texas. Broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Wedding MC Experience Podcast, a show that covers life, love, and drama to success, health, family, and relationships with your hosts, King Carl and Queen Misty. Ready for some fun? Let's get this episode started. King and Queen.
What up, world? That's right, y'all. We back at it. I love this part because this is the Wedding MC Experience, y'all. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all. Me and my better half. I love it. And my best half. Let me say that.
Yes. I like
You know
how
what
you
I'm saying?
changed that
Me
up.
and my best half. Because I'm
Get
telling you,
it?
man, I'm nothing without this woman. Listen, y'all, we're back live in effect. And that's right, y'all. So 2 weeks ago, we were in here. Did well. The show is doing extremely well. We want to say, thank you to all the people that are actually following the page. Thank you to, all the responses that we're getting from all the platforms, because
Yes.
the listens are really picking up. People are enjoying the show. We're getting a lot of emails. I think that's really great. For those of you that don't know, you can email us at theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. So yeah, you can send that to us and send your comments, send your questions. It's all good because what we'll do is we'll try to address them on the next show. In the meantime, we do have quite a bit of things to talk about in this show. Babe, how was your week though? Your weeks since the last time we were on the show?
Weeks have been good. Much better than last couple of months.
So listen, y'all see how hard she's smiling. Let me tell y'all something. Listen. Happy wife.
Happy life.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man.
That's a true thing, y'all.
It is.
Don't sleep on it.
Right. As much as people try to play with it and make it look like it's this joking thing, that's a really
Huge thing.
that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that what happens is some people are kind of, single brained to the point of where they think it just means one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, where they think it's all about her.
Or just sex for that matter.
Oh.
I say there's so many other aspects to it.
Yeah.
Right, because I think when people say happy wife, happy life, I just say that it's so many different ways to be able to make your lady happy, and ladies, it's so many ways to make your man happy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we want to make sure we get a chance to kind of divulge that a little bit. Because I think tonight's topic is what, babe? What is tonight's topic? I think
Change your mindset, change your life.
man, change your mindset, change your life. Listen, I don't know anything else as self-explanatory as that.
Right. That's to the point.
Right, it's really to the point. I mean, because it's just there are some people out here that that feel like they can be the exact same way they were the first time that they met that person.
No.
Men and women.
If
right?
you're growing, then you're also changing.
Right. So if I had to ask you, and I want to make sure I get a chance to ask y'all too. And here's the thing about, if you're watching the show for the first time, again, this is the Wedding MC Experience. I am Carl Mays. I am a wedding MC, and my wife is definitely my support, my co-host, and definitely somebody that experiences all these things with me. But one of the things we want to do is get y'all to be able to chime in. So the number tonight, and you know what, Zeke, man, you get a chance, throw that up in that chat too, man. The number tonight, y'all, 936 585. That's right.
4627.
4627. So we want to make sure y'all get a chance to call in and chime in, because we want to make sure you all get a chance to be heard, because a lot of you have some great ideas. It's kind of funny because on like my personal Facebook, people hit me and I was like, hey, the show is over. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's cool to be able to listen to some of y'all. But I was like, the show is over. You need to call in during the show. You need to
Right.
send me those messages, those DMs, those private messages. While the show is on, because I think some of that stuff needs to be heard. It doesn't sound as interesting coming from us if it's your thought.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That way you get to explain what is on your mind, and
Right,
we're not
expound
trying
on it, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you get to expound on it. So we want to make sure y'all get a chance. Again, the number's in the chat, so you make sure you get a chance to chime in, because we want to hear what y'all are talking about and hear some of the things that you have going on. So again, it's change your mindset, change your life. I want to ask you, sweetheart, and y'all out there, when you hear the phrase or the statement, change your mindset, change your life, what does that mean to you?
Oh,
It's kind of heavy, right?
it is.
And there's no right answer. I just want to, be able to hear what people think, because I think it's interesting.
Change your mindset, change your life. That's you're changing your whole being.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be everything.
Right. It doesn't. But
it's pretty much you want to grow.
Right.
In every aspect.
That's right.
You don't want to stay the same as you were as like from high school to college. You change, right? Right.
So from a technicality, you're always constantly changing anyway.
Yeah.
But if you don't change your mindset, then things that you desire or outcomes don't happen either. And we say it, relatively to anything, but preferably when we talk about it, tonight we're talking about it in the midst of you and the development of your relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's important. Your relationships, your family, your whole aspect of, how you raise your children, that aspect. I think that if you're doing it with an old mindset that, didn't garner you the outcome that you desired, then you got to make some adjustments to who you are.
Agreed.
Right. So changing your mindset, I guess when I think about it particularly, I think about just saying that, okay, listen, I need to make some adjustments to who I am. I know I haven't always been the mature person that, I'm still becoming, so to speak. But, there's some adjustments that I need to make on myself. And again, this is sometimes not to be told to you by outside people.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes it's hard to be able to take that kind of constructive criticism, right?
Well, I think it's possibly who it's coming from,
right?
And if you're open to it,
right?
If you're not open to it, then you'll be kind of standoffish,
right,
and defensive, depending on how it's God, I can't think of the word. How they say it to you? What's the word?
Delivery.
There you go.
Yeah,
Lord.
the delivery. So if that's the case, then sometimes, no matter what the delivery is, sometimes it's really a weird feeling sometimes coming from somebody you love a lot. You know what I'm saying? They say one thing in relationships is, your biggest critic is your loved one, and
right.
when they tell you something about how or who or what you're becoming or that kind of thing, then sometimes it's not taken well.
Right, depending on what they say and what they're talking about.
Right. So
but them not knowing your reasons,
right,
or behind it, if they're just on the outside mumbling, and not coming to you to ask you or to talk about, then they don't know.
Right.
So they make assumptions,
right,
which is not good. I'm just saying.
Agreed. I just think that no matter what we do, we have to continue to be able to grow.
Right.
Some of y'all out there, you kind of know. I'm looking at Verna. Shout out to Verna Colio Johnson.
Hey.
She said it's a difference maker. Mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Because here's the thing. When most of you all out there that are listening, if you're still single, that's fine. But you were single, and you made decisions that you felt like were the decisions needed to be made, on some of the things that you did as far as business, as far as jobs, as far as purchases, the list goes on. But as you kind of develop this appetite to want to be able to share your life with someone, you got to change your mindset.
Oh yes,
right.
It's not just about you,
right? And there is no template, so I don't want to give anybody this instruction manual or this rule and regulation out there. But one thing I can say is that you definitely can't be the exact same person that you are as a single person, being able to go into something that you want to do as far as sharing your life with someone.
Yeah, you have to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
There.
You have any examples, sweetheart? I know you want to be politically correct, huh?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't necessarily have to.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, hey, do you?
What? No, I'm not going to give an example.
Okay, all right. Well, no, you should. I think making adjustments with how you decide on attending something. Let's use that as an example. I'll give an example.
Like if you're invited out.
Well, let's say this.
A different one. Okay.
You like you're a Beyonce fan.
Okay.
I'm a Jay-Z fan.
Yeah.
I hear they're going to be in concert. My first initial thought was like, man, let me just see what these tickets look like. But I'm passing by the ticket booth, right? I stop. I go up to the ticket booth. I say, hey, man, how much is tickets? He's like, man, they this amount, but we ain't got but one left. What adjustment must I make?
I mean,
I can't get that ticket.
No.
Right? But there are some people out there because as a single person, man, you can be selfish, right?
Right, but
But I'm saying as a single person, you can be selfish. So sometimes we get in the habit of being selfish, and we say, you know what?
you're right.
I'm gonna get this ticket. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have just been at a point where you say, you know, hey man, this is a woman I'm crazy about. I'm like, yo,
And I
you
know she would want to
right,
go.
but I love Jay-Z.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know she loved B, and I'm like, I'm just gonna tell her, you know what, that my homeboys bought an extra ticket and the thing sold out, and I'm
But
just
that's a lie.
my point exactly. Change your mindset, change your life. So some of y'all out there understand what I'm talking about, man. There you cannot be to a point of where you have a selfish thought process
Right.
in the midst of wanting to be into a relationship where you're sharing your life with someone, right?
Right.
So that was my example of, and again, ladies and gentlemen, that's an example. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like, oh, he wrong for that. so he gonna go to the show and just let her think that it was a guy by the homeboys, and she gonna be cool with it. Like, okay, since your boys bought it, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad, I missed the show, but you go ahead, right? But it's all determined off of a lie.
Yeah. That.
And I was being selfish. And what can single people do?
Oh.
Be selfish, which is okay. And if you are
Yes.
single, hey, do your thug thizzle. Look, when I was singing, I did my thug thizzle, and I'm sure when you were singing, you did your thug thizzle, right?
Agreed.
But at the end of the day, we say relationships are an option. So if relationships are an option in its own sense or another, you're at a point where you understand that we're talking about it tonight. Change your mindset.
Change your life.
Change your life. Y'all, we're going to take a quick break. Y'all hold tight. Do me a favor. Take your thumb. Hit that share button. Make sure you share it. Put it in front of some people that you know need to see it and some that you know just like to see stuff. That
Right.
means being nosy. So hit the share button, y'all. We'll be right back. See y'all in a sec. What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, a.k.a. the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like is I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. I sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom. And they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families. This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them. So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC. Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
This is the Wedding MC Experience. Podcasting around the world. The hosts and their guests share their experiences so you can get insights to the secrets of how to stay together.
Yo, we're back, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah, man, that's right. The Wedding MC Experience. If you're just tuning in, again, this is the Wedding MC Experience. So for those of you that need to know us on social media, it's the Wedding MC XP. So make sure you tell your friends about it. Follow that social media. Follow the Facebook page. And definitely make sure you know tonight is just a recording. And we're doing it live. And you get to be a part of it. But guess what? In 24 hours, it goes live to all your different social media platforms. We'll give those to y'all a little later on in the show. But in the meantime, make sure y'all keep us locked. Keep us at the forefront of your brain. Because guess what? It's not enough information out there that's positive enough. Most of y'all, we see the shares. We see it comes across our page. And all that stuff be nasty and booty shaking. I'm just like, what is going on? So
Now,
when it comes to positive info,
Right.
Go ahead, babe.
No, there is nothing wrong with booty shaking.
Okay,
It
you're right.
depends.
You're right. I guess
Some
I'm
of the booty
I
guess
I'm using just a terminology. You're right. You're right. Some booty shaking ain't bad, I guess. But at the end of the day, when you continuously spew and share things that are not adding value to people and you don't give it enough balance, we going to call ourselves the balance, because one of the things we're trying to do is make sure we give a platform to those that are being progressive in their lives and a lot of things that they want to do, have some fun, and definitely make sure we promote staying with your loved one.
Yes.
Man, listen here, man. I done traveled the world. I done been to 46 of the 50 states. And I said, you know what? I want to re-experience that with this woman.
Woo woo, because I haven't been to all those states.
So I'm just saying, I want to, if you know, so in my mind, you know, those are good memories, but it's nothing like being able to create some memories and re-experience that, and going across the water, or just being able to develop some wonderful experience with the woman that, you know, you love. I mean,
yeah, especially if they're fun.
Right.
Yes. If you are a stuffy spouse, please.
A stuffy spouse.
Stuffy.
Please explain that.
Man, you don't know how to relax.
Right.
Like, if you don't know how to have fun, you make your relationships tough.
Right.
So it would be good to work on self.
Right. Right. I think.
I mean, because relationships can be fun. Like, they don't have to be all, stuffy.
They don't have to be like that.
It doesn't have to be that way.
They don't have to be like that. Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. You know, you're developing these experiences, especially if you're doing it as a single person. That's absolutely wonderful. You can tell those stories forever, but it's nothing like being able to re-experience, you know, some things. And then I hate, you know, another thing I hate. I hate being able to travel somewhere I've been before, and I'm doing it with you for the first time, and then I stay in the same hotel. I take the same damn Uber ride. You know what I'm saying? They're like, look, you know, I remember this building right here. That's not a new experience to me. So don't be that person either. Okay, so shout out to all you people that are doing things over. That's fine. How you went the first time, don't do that the second time.
Go a different route.
Yeah, go a different route. Use a different car. Stay in a different hotel. Matter of fact, take a different plane. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, you know, some people are creatures of habit, and they just end up doing the same thing. And I think that's absolutely crazy too. So don't be that person. Develop these new thought processes. Now, one of the things I want to make sure that we get a chance to talk about too, even though we're talking about change your mindset, change your life, part of that, and this is you know, kind of like that on an outline, that Roman number 1, then you want to make sure you hit that A. So this A on that outline is basically transparency.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's hard. Let's start with transparency. Y'all remember, give us a call, 936-585-4627. Y'all call us in. I want you to know what you think about transparency. Here's the thing. Transparency and disclosure kind of fit in a bucket that's real weird. I think you and I have had this talk off air about this, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about people being transparent. Like, there's a couple right now. There's not a couple. They don't even know each other. There's two people that are meeting each other at a bar right now. Right now. Somebody out there is meeting somebody right now. Whether it's heterosexual, homosexual, we don't matter. It doesn't matter. People are meeting each other, right?
Right.
So one thing they are probably not doing
is disclosing everything
or being transparent.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So transparent is a funny thing, because it's like, how transparent can you be?
Can you be at the very beginning?
Right. Because it's like, you know, I like you, you like me, I'm digging you, you digging me, I'm gonna get you a drink. You tell me something, I'm going to tell you something.
Right.
And it's like, right now, in my mind, I'm like, I'm buying this. Right?
Right. It sounds good right now.
Yeah, because you telling me something, and man, it's great. And I believe it to be, you know, so important, to the point of where it says you get to control your own narrative. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so important, but at the same time, sometimes the narrative is not true.
Yeah.
Which is how social media is as well. Social media, I feel like that is the most non-transparent thing in the world.
Yeah, you can make up a whole nother life.
Right. Your angles.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
You see somebody in person, you be like, that's not how that person look.
Yeah. So let me tell you all a little experience that happened recently. I was at a wedding this past weekend, and I had to MC. So some young lady said, hey, could you take this picture of us? And I was like, yeah. So she had to bring her phone. I took the picture. She handed it back to me. I handed it back to her, and she said, can you do it again, but raise it up high? And I'm thinking, now you know this you, right? And I was saying it to myself, like, you notice you. I don't know if y'all finna change up. Now, again, I don't have a problem if you have your own personal insecurities and you just want to make sure a picture that's in your phone, shows, you a certain way so you can develop your security in itself, right? Mm-hmm. But when you hit post, I have a problem with that. Because at this point, I think you about to fool people.
Wait, that might be the angle she likes.
I don't know, but I'm looking at you while I take the picture, and I just met you, and you about to so you trying to use tomfoolery, and that's the problem I'm having out here with social media. Look, I'm a big dude. I'm dark skinned. I am who I am, man. I ain't trying to get the lighting to hit me certain kind of way. Yeah. No, that's it right there. That's it. I'm just saying, I get it. Don't get it twisted. And I believe
she has to put on that representative now.
Well,
she might be trying to catch her somebody.
Let me tell you something. Before social media, you're right, babe. You're right. But before social media, let's be real honest with ourselves.
Okay.
Before social media, before internet and all that kind of stuff, when you would, I had you laughing about this the other day. Mm-hmm. When you would go to a store or somewhere and you would purchase something for somebody, we don't use this word no more, but I'm gonna use it tonight. If you paid for something and you didn't get what you paid for, we say, oh, you got gypped. Right? So if y'all know what I'm talking about out there, I don't even know what that word means no more, but it's gyp. Oh, they gyp you. You said gyp. But gyp, where did that word come from? Well, you got gypped, right?
Right.
So if you got gypped, you was mad as hell. Right? You got
got.
Now we say you got because it's kind of like it's tomfoolery on there. People sliding in people's DMs. And they're buying this false pretense, but this falsehood, and people don't get mad no more. If you pay for something and you got gypped, you was like, damn, I got gypped. You was mad. If you bought you some new shoes and you wore them to the club and somebody stepped on them wrong, this back in the day, you was like, man, hey man, and you didn't say excuse me. You had a problem with that,
right?
But now people get gypped or get got all day and don't nobody say nothing. And it's all based on right?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all can chime in. Tell me if I'm wrong or right? Yeah, Donald, hey, D-Rose say the shim sham. Yeah, that's what we used to call it back in the day. Hoodwink, bamboozle. Kamisha, I see you. Listen, y'all are totally right. And when people did people like that, that was completely. That hurt your feelings. Mm-hmm. Now
sometimes it was cause for a fight.
Right. Listen, I talked to a gentleman the other day. We was just having casual conversation. He's like, man, I met this lady online. I was excited. Blah blah blah. He said, man, and all her pictures are dope. And he said, and I got that. I was like, this ain't you. Who pictures you post? I was thinking to myself.
She probably like, look, yes it is. Let me take a picture at this angle.
I was like, see, he bought it.
Yeah.
He got gypped in his own way. He didn't really spend any money, but his time, because my time equates to money. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a lot of it. So if I'm spending time, I'm doing some kind of courtship. I'm excited. You got my butterflies rolling. I'm excited. Like, and then all of a sudden I get deflated. I'm like, this is not what I bought.
Right. Like that.
There's a problem with that, and it's because people are not being transparent.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
So transparency is a very, very important aspect, and we got to get people back to being transparent. Now, how far people should go, y'all, I want to hear from y'all. 936-585-4627. I need y'all to jump out there. Phyllis, what up? I need y'all to jump out there and tell me about how you feel about transparency. Even if you're with somebody already, what is your thought process as it pertains to transparency in as it relates to being able to meet somebody new? Because that has a disclosure issue. Like, how transparent must one be?
But even people who are in relationships now sometimes can't be transparent with their spouse.
Now that's not good.
So, yeah.
No, that's true, but that's not good.
No, it's not.
I mean, people, that's like living with a stranger. You know what I'm saying? My man Zeke about to get married to Zeke. I hope you and your wife, man, y'all got to, you got to be 100. Listen here. Look at me and my raw. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're getting. This is what it is. Hey, this is what you want. You show this what you want?
Right.
You show reacts. You show this what you want? Because I'm just being real with you. Listen, I can't fool you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are fooling people. There was this guy I saw on the gram. It was so dope. I was thinking to myself, this guy is is telling the truth. He was like, man, I'm living on my daddy's couch. I don't know what it was. I was talking to Word about this, and he was like, the guy was like, man, he went down. He was living in L.A. He went down to Rodeo Drive. He took some pictures down, but by a Bentley that was parked, all that kind of stuff, and he was posting them. And he said people just comment like, yo, man, you living your best life. Just going on. He was like, man, they had no idea, man. I was living on the couch, man. I'm eating cereal. I'm a Captain Crunch. And I understand it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because people are seeking validation, but they're mixing validation up with being not transparent.
Yeah.
And I think there's a problem with that, right?
I agree.
Because transparency is such a key thing, and people complain about it, but transparency is so important that people don't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
Which leads me to this point.
Well, I think it depends on what it is. Oh, did I cut you off?
No, I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead, babe.
Well, okay, so people in relationships.
Okay.
Let's say there's something that you want to do that your spouse, wouldn't agree with.
Okay.
And you want to do it anyway. Do you tell them? Or do you not?
Well, you chose to be married.
I know.
No, I'm saying, if you chose to be married, you tell them.
But again, this is part of the transparency. Not everybody does that.
Right. So, which is also probably part of the problem of why divorce is so high.
Yes.
So we're trying to be preventive, right?
Yes.
So proactive, and sometimes it pays to be able to have that uncomfortable conversation. You know what I'm saying? Proactive, not reactive. I know some people like, that's messed up because I ain't telling my man. I get that. I get that. But at the end of the day, and if y'all got that kind of relationship, it is what it is. But if you are trying to get a certain kind of outcome, because you see, your favorite couple on the gram, and it looked like you trying to get to that end result. At the end of the day, man, sometimes that's tomfoolery. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to knock them, but at the same time, you don't know what it takes for them to be able to get to the outcome that they're getting to. Yo, Kevin Bussett, what's up, man? Listen, I just want to make sure y'all get a chance to check it out. Trina, what up? Y'all call the number 936-585-4627. We're talking about transparency. We're going to talk about disclosure in a second as well. But in the meantime, y'all do me a favor. We're going to take this little quick break, and we'll be right back. But make sure you get your thoughts together. Disclosure, disclosure, disclosure. How much disclosure must people have when they first meet? We'll be right back. What is the wedding MC? I'm glad you asked. Well, first of all, I am not a DJ. I don't play records. I am a master of ceremonies, one who truly moves the crowd. The wedding MC is the most extraordinary personality that will light up the crowd, entertain your guests, and make your wedding reception as fabulous as it deserves to be. With over 450 wedding receptions successfully completed and over 10 years of experience in the wedding industry, you can be rest assured that I know exactly how to deliver your dream wedding reception. From our very initial contact, I'll go the full length to understand the goals of your wedding reception and make sure the preparation is delicate through shared ideas so that you are provided with the perfect wedding reception. This will be memorable for all of your guests. As an incredibly passionate, experienced, and dedicated MC, I prefer meeting with my clients in person and being able to comfort you with a feel of my level of experience, energy, and personality. You can have all the bells and whistles, the tallest cake, the most adorable tuxedo and wedding gown, but if you want a reception where people enjoy themselves so much that they tell everyone they know, then you need the wedding MC. It can make the difference between having a reception or having a spectacular reception. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your special night while I take care of providing you and your guests with an evening you all won't ever forget. Get your wedding booked today at theweddingmc.net or call 323-834-8962. Remember, your reception, my voice. Your atmosphere, my personality. The Wedding MC. Yeah, y'all, we're back. That's right, the Wedding MC Experience. If you're just tuning in, y'all are on the dopest podcast that you get to watch and listen to 24 hours later in your car, on the way home, on every platform that streams a podcast, you can always check out the Wedding MC Experience. Make sure you get a chance to hit that share button. Share with people that need to hear it, because again, we're all about making sure we remind people. People know how to find each other, but they don't know how to stay together. So one thing we're trying to do is make sure we keep them together. Again, I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all. That's my right hand, my left hand, my back, my front, the whole nine. My beautiful wife that holds me down. In the meantime, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about transparency. We're talking about changing mindset, changing life. Oh, man. And we've gotten definitely great comments. I know some people wanted to get a chance to call in. Again, that number is 936-585-4627. So y'all get a chance, and we're putting it in the chat. It is in the chat. It's a pinned comment. Zeke got us locked down, so you want to make sure you get a chance to call in. We're going to put you on the air because we want to hear what you have to say as it relates to being transparent, and then what your thoughts are on people disclosing certain information up front. I'll give you an example. What brought this up? There was a topic you and I talked about, I guess from something we've seen on a television show or something, where a guy he was a post-op. For those that don't know, post-operative is a person that was one sex and he went through the entire, surgery and completely changed to the other sex. And he started talking and dating this guy, and he changed to a woman, but he was dating this guy, and the guy was just head over heels because he felt like they were humongously compatible. And just using the thought process of disclosure, we were like, damn, when is a good time to be
right? When is a good time to do
right, you don't want
to
you don't want to compromise your integrity. Do you say it on the first day? You're like, yo, just by the way, I know I'm Charlene right now, but I used to be Charlie.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So when is a great time to be able to say that? Because that's disclosure, that's transparency, right?
It is.
So we're just kind of talking about it, and we want to know some of your thoughts. What are your thoughts as it pertains to that? Now, again, that's an extreme case, but transparency, even for a heterosexual relationship, if two people that are meeting each other right now at a bar, are they being transparent? You know what I'm saying? She's telling them, yeah, I'm in school. I'm working on my degree in engineering, but she's not telling them she ain't been to class in 2 years, right?
Right. How long you been working on
it? You know what I'm saying? Right. She ain't saying she flunked out. She really trying to get in another school. Matter of fact, she got 2 loans. She don't know how to pay that debt back, and they ain't want to let her in school because she can't get a transcript. Yeah. So, you got all these, and not that a person needs to know that, because that's a disclosure issue, right?
Yeah, that's later. I'll tell them later.
But you're selling this, and I'm buying it.
Right. I totally agree.
So I know y'all out there know what I'm saying. Kevin, what's up, man? Hey, what up, Don? Hey, I see you, D. Listen, man, y'all get a chance. Definitely call in 936-585-4627. We want to put you on the air. We want to know your thoughts as it relates to that issue. In the meantime, we're going to get ready to jump into Misty's Flavors. Y'all hold your thoughts. I want to make sure I get a chance to put you on the air. But Misty's Flavors in the building. Misty, what you want to talk to us about? My wife is definitely a nutritionist. She's always talking about nutrition. She's trying to get me there. I'm getting there. Don't trip, because you're going to be watching me on the air, and I'm going to be gradually changing before your eyes. In the meantime, go ahead,
I'm excited. Let me tell you, okay, I'm excited for him to do his whole change.
That's right.
And I'm excited because, let me tell y'all, it had been a while since I worked out, children and life. I'm going to say life. Yes. Life changes, come into play. So I'd fallen off. But I am back on.
Fall on, baby.
I even say this when people fall off of eating. Like, if you fall off, fall back on.
It's human.
So,
right.
Yes. I have this new workout that I'm doing. And don't roll your eyes. It's not a new fad.
Shameless plug.
Right.
So they didn't pay us yet, but we gonna.
No, they haven't paid us. And it's called F45.
F as in fitness.
F as in Frank.
Oh, yeah.
F45 training. It is awesome.
That's right.
It's 45 minutes.
Oh.
So you're not spending hours.
Yep.
And they have multiple times you can go throughout the day, and you can go as many times a day as you want to.
That's right.
Let me tell y'all, it is straight to the point. Like, there's no fluff.
Right.
It is gangster, and I love it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
You've been doing it. I know. I'm just saying.
So I've been doing what? This is my second week.
Yeah, she's been doing it. I'm gonna jump up in there as well. And I no excuse for time because they start at 4:30 a.m. Since my day starts at 5:30, I'm like, I guess I'll just run in there.
Yes, there is no excuse. Some people, well, I don't have time. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. 4:30 a.m. The thing
she got them. Did you think?
Want to do it? So I think the last class is like 7:30 or 8:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you can't do the late times, you can definitely do a morning time.
That's right.
You see this face? You can do a morning time.
That's right. And I think it's a great thing. I mean, just trying to be able to figure it out because we know we all have busy lives. Most of you out there that are listening, that are watching, you all have very busy lives, and we want to make sure that you still put this in your life only because as we get older, things change, right?
They do.
Right. So
and you don't have as much time to yourself. You're planning different things in life. Excuse me. So, I mean, you have to still make time for self.
That's
and
right.
Exercise should be a part of your lifestyle.
That's right.
And not just something that you just do just 'cause.
Right.
Because exercise helps your body.
And the blood flow.
Yes, blood flow, circulation, stamina, all of that. I'm telling y'all, it is awesome. You need to get exercise in your life. And if you can get exercising in with your spouse, with your partner,
I think that's good.
That makes it even better because you guys can do it together and you can see the changes together. Carl and I talked about him joining, and he's like, wait. I need to go do a check. I said, you know what? You right. Yeah, let
me get everything together. I ain't trying to go out there. People popping Achilles and calf muscles. I was like, man, no, hold on. I ain't even just run out there. I know some of y'all, but I'm not making an excuse. But I'm up in there. But I was like, man, you like overnight. You just raise up, just jump out there, pop. Zeke over there like, man, hey, that's that grown manish thing that happens.
Right, but if you want to work into it, so
right.
if you before you start the classes, if you want to start doing cardio like the week before, like work your way into it. You don't have to just go hardcore.
And they have modifications and stuff.
Yes, they do modifications, everything. They have trainers and all that jazz. Like, it is awesome. Just
make
check
sure we
it
try
out.
to get them on the show because I think they'll probably enjoy that. Being able to talk about that too.
Definitely. That way they can talk about their own business. But I'm just telling y'all that this workout got me on point. I'm like, I'll be excited every day to go work out.
You know what I'm saying?
Who does that? Me.
At home moms.
Me.
No, just kidding.
Don't be like that.
See how you do that, Zeke? It's like, look, somebody with man, taking care of my kids is a job, so I'm not mad.
It is on top of all the other stuff.
You're right. We don't even have to go in there.
Oh, you don't want to go in there?
No, it's too much.
Not right now?
It's too much. We ain't got enough time.
So yeah, so the time I'm making for myself is for this workout.
Booyaka. Booyaka.
So, let me tell y'all about one of my pre-workout smoothies. Is mangoes, bananas, pineapples, and peaches all in one smoothie. You don't have to add water or milk or anything like that because I already got all the juices.
Right.
That's a pre-workout. Post-workout, most of the time I just do my protein shake. Of course, it's vegan, plant-based, whatever you call it. And then sometimes I add milk, coconut milk, hemp milk, or almond milk. Sometimes I just do water, but I definitely add a banana because you need that good old potassium as well.
That's right.
So that was my piece on my pre-workout, post-workout. But please get the exercise in.
Yeah. So we not only are we giving information, but we're trying to make sure we're living examples. So definitely, boy, I'll be up in F45. Shout out to all the team over there. We'll make sure we get them in. Maybe I can barter and trade. We'll see.
No. Let me tell y'all. I'm going to. I might show y'all my results. I might show y'all my results.
Eventually, I think you should. I mean, but let's get there. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I don't mean right now or no. So
this is what we call being overexcited. She's like, girl, she already finished. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, no. I do have body fat percentage that has fallen off. I can show y'all my numbers, but I'm not gonna do that.
They have that kind of machine as well.
Oh, they have this Fit 3D scan machine.
Wow.
Man.
And this is all over the world. They have fitness centers all over the world.
This actually started in Australia.
Wow.
Yes, this started in Australia.
Yeah.
So y'all check it out. Mangoes. Yes, mangoes. Yes, it started in Australia and it's moved all around the country. So y'all check it out. F45training.com. I'm just
dope.
saying.
That's dope. And that's a shameless plug. They won't get no more until they pay.
Yeah, so I can't say it again.
Yeah. In the meantime, y'all, Seven, I see your comment, man. You said, what do you want to talk about over the phone? Well, the topic tonight that we're talking about is change your mindset, change your life as it relates to relationships. And because we have the Wedding MC experience, my wife and I, what one of our things that we do is we're trying to make sure we get people to realize that they know how to find each other out there, but there's no example of how to be able to stay together. So we want to be one of those examples. We know in our generation we have Barack and Michelle, we have Beyonce and Jay-Z, but we don't have anybody tangible. So again, you got King Carl and Queen Misty right here on the Wedding MC Experience coming at you every other week to be able to talk about some of those shameless things and also bring different couples on and also open up the line so people can do their shared info. And when we talk about tonight, we're talking about change your mindset, change your life. We're talking about transparency. Transparency is a challenging thing because we feel like people are getting in relationships and marrying sometimes because they're buying into what people are presenting, and sometimes people are presenting things that are not transparent. Mm-hmm. And I think that tonight is a great time. Nola, what up? To be able to talk about how transparency affects a long-term relationship. And there are people out here that are meeting right now and they're just being surface. Mm-hmm. And we know that has a lot to do with self-disclosure, but they're being surface and people are buying into, probably dating or probably end up, being in a relationship. And it's not until 9 months later that they find out that all that was probably said is only partly true.
Right.
And that's not a cool feeling, is it?
It's not.
Yeah. So,
you feel deceived.
Yeah, you feel deceived. And especially if you find things out, that you had no idea. You couldn't even see it coming, even if it, stood right in front of you.
Right.
Because most people are excited about, new relationships. Now, we do want to make sure we don't play with that word new. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, new really just stays old. Right? So I had a fraternity brother. He was like, yo, man, I met this new girl. I was like, hold on now. You just throwing that word around like it's just loose. I would say what's new to you is old to somebody else.
Right.
Right. So that's not knocking it. It's a new relationship, but the person might not be new. So, it's all good, though. Because, in its own saying and own visibility and own understanding, we are all recycled products.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Did it?
That sounded so awful.
We just are. Because in order to be recycled, you got to be experienced.
I get it. Again, it was just
I'm just saying. I know people are like, man, that dude there is just being. Listen. Call it what you want. In the meantime, give us a call, y'all. 936-585-4627. Daryl, what up? What up, kinfolk? Y'all, make sure y'all get a chance to holler at us. The biggest thing I want to make sure y'all get a chance to do is to be able to chime in because we do want to hear y'all's voices. Right now, again, we're talking about that big old word called transparency. I want to give another. Yeah.
Seven said he dialed the number.
Oh, did he? Did he dial in? 936-585-4627. Let's talk to our producer, see what we got. He said, dial the number. If you did, brother, dial it again. Roy, what up?
Sorry,
y'all
we didn't hear
it. So yeah, dial it back and let's see if we can get you on, man. So we want to make sure we get a chance to hear you. Tiffany, what up?
Roy.
I want to make sure I shout out all the people that are chiming in.
Yes.
We see y'all are joined. We can tell everything. Also, too, guys, in 24 hours, all of this will be up on all the podcasts. At 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So on your Spotify's, on everything.
YouTube.
Yeah, your YouTube's, everything. So make sure you guys get a chance to share it with people, share it with all of our audiences. Do we have a call now? I guess it's 7. You call back in. What's going on, brother?
Hey, excuse me.
What's up, Doc?
I had a question. Do I ask a question right now?
Yeah, we just want to hear what are your thoughts on it.
Okay. Here's my... First of all, before you can sit there and determine what level of your relationship is actually going in a positive direction, don't you have to know what part of the relationship you're actually in?
Probably so, but let me give you the example of what we're talking about because you're right. And now self-disclosure, that's a key statement that you just made. There is or isn't a perfect time to be able to disclose very, very delicate information about yourself to certain people. But the example I gave earlier, 7, is like this. There are 2 people that are probably meeting at a bar right now or wherever. I don't know, Walmart, let's just say. and
Okay.
you know, and obviously there's some kind of energy there, and they're exchanging numbers, and at the end of the day, they may talk later or they may talk in the moment, and they're only telling surface information, and people are buying it. So our question was, how important is transparency as it relates to what is disclosed, you know, when people first meet?
Why would they go to a bar?
Oh, I mean, you have a
Some
drink.
people meet at bars.
Yeah, I'm not saying they going to a bar to meet. I'm just saying you just stopped at a bar on the way home, and you just happen to see, like, wow, hey, she's beautiful, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm saying that meeting for the first time.
You should say it right up front.
Yeah, well, of course. So
Okay.
so
Here's what happens if you don't put it out in front, right? Then what ends up happening is you attract somebody who's got something to hide also.
okay.
I like
Yeah,
that.
so the energy you give is the energy you receive, right?
Yes.
So you're
The
saying so
relationship
if you're in
will fall apart because of that.
I agree with that. So if you're in a dark place, 9 times out of 10, if somebody's liking you, you need to think to yourself, I'm in a dark place right now, and if she liking me, 9 times out of 10, she in a dark place too.
That happens. Yeah.
My man, that's what I'm talking about, man. No, you sound like you have it down, brother. I appreciate that, man. That's a good outlook. Now here's the funny thing. For somebody that's probably listening that is in that situation now, and it's 9 months later, and they're caught into it, you know, it's very difficult for them to be able to get out, because there's some sense of, you know, love or some sense of connection that they have now.
Responsibility.
How, say again?
Responsibility.
Right. So now they need to at that point start to be transparent, even though the relationship didn't start like that.
The longer that they wait, the worse it is for the person who waits.
Agreed. That's
Yes.
agreed. That's agreed.
Yes.
So I think that's excellent advice, brother. So no, man. Hey, we appreciate your comment, man. Continue to support the show, man, and make sure you do us a favor. Hit that share button, share with all your constituents and your friends, man. One of the things we try to do is put that positive energy out there so that we can allow people to support something that's a little bit more, you know, relatable in their lives, and definitely something that adds value to who they are.
Wow, you're great, man. You got a great pitch too. Every time I see this happening, every step I see, you're getting better and better. You're probably going to be one of those guys that's going to be like the Tony Robbins guy or something.
Hey,
like that,
man.
walking around in
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I received that, brother. Continue to support, man. I keep up with you too, man. I love what you're doing. Make sure you continue to support us.
Hey, absolutely. You have a fantastic night.
You too, brother. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Yeah, so once again, y'all, we definitely are trying to make sure we continue to do our thing. James, what up? Listen,
Yes.
I just want to make sure that we say, man, listen, there are a lot of people that we're meeting, you know, through social media in a great way. You know, and one of the things we say, you know, we want to use our social media platforms in a
Positive way.
yeah, in a positive
Yeah.
way.
'Cause there's a lot of negative.
Oh my God.
I see a lot of negative.
Well, yeah, you know what's funny about that though, sweetheart?
What?
I think that, you know, people are attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
and it's a psychology behind it. Maybe I'll talk about it, you know, in future shows. But the psychology is that, you know, when people are unhappy with who they are and they see things that are worse than what they feel like they're in, then 9 times out of 10 it makes them feel better. I'll let that marinate. You know, as a matter of fact, y'all can hit rewind once the show is over.
Rewind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, my bad. That's an old word. Maybe you can just, you know, drag it back. I mean, you dragged it.
No,
you know,
rewind
Zeke,
still
how do we
works.
say that?
Rewind
you
still
say
works.
Rewind, or do you say go back and listen? I don't know. Go back and listen. Yeah, just drag it back. We're going to figure it out. Whatever y'all got to do to listen to it again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to let that one sit right there because, you know, let's look at what Roy said. Roy Richards says transparency has several levels. It could be
financially, sexually, spiritually. It's like jump rope. You got to feel when to jump in.
boy, that's my man.
Wow.
I think those are great analogies you use in order to be able to
Yeah.
make it clear. Because you're right. You know, I mean, there is no perfect time though, right?
No, but I agree with the caller. That was 7, right?
Yeah.
When he said up front is the best. Because when you and I had the conversation about it, I get it.
Depending on how delicate it is.
Yes, I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it just
Definitely.
depends. I mean,
but the example that was given,
Yeah.
I believe to my core should be
a dude just
front.
came from I just raped 3 girls down the street. I like you. I'm not gonna do that right now.
No. That not that example. Not that is awful. How
right, that's not gonna get him in the door.
Okay.
So he's gonna stick with something. He's like, oh my God, that was
a hard.
I'm just being real. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, baby, that was.
I wasn't ready for that one.
It's a little extreme. Sorry, ladies.
That
out there.
was very extreme.
Well, I really would like to know that if he did do that.
Oh my God.
Clement, what up, man? Oh, Cruz, I see you, baby. Shout out to Cruz and Tayshell too. Listen, the biggest thing I want you all to be able to realize is this: no matter what we do,
yes,
we have to make sure that we continuously stay transparent with the people that we love or the people that we have an interest in.
Agree.
Because I think if you get it out front, like Seven said earlier, if you get it out front, I think you can address, the way that the relationship is going to develop over a longer period of time, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get ready? Normally at this point we get ready to do, questions and margaritas. Let's take this break right quick, Zeke. Let's take a break. Y'all hang tight. Remember the number is 936-585-4627. So y'all definitely get a chance. Call in. Clement said, I just turned in. What's your topic? The topic is change your mindset, change your life, and transparency.
Yes.
How does it relate as it pertains to disclosure? We'll be right back, y'all. Check out the sizzle and we'll come right back with definitely questions and margaritas. Yeah, there are DJs that might MC at a wedding, but they don't do what I do.
We're running about 20 minutes behind, y'all. Go.
If you know somebody getting married, they need me. They don't know they need me yet. All you got to do is get them in touch with me. Once we introduce you all and all that wedding party, once we knock these shows, they'll forget that we're running behind. I'm going to be the one to be able to bring the people and truly blend them. And what I mean by bring the people is when you get them to your wedding, if you want them to stay, you need them. You see all these faces? They're not in here right now.
I was a little bit nervous.
They're not in here right now. They're not in here right now. It's just you and this chair.
Now look at the lady to your left. Now look at the lady to your right.
She's not your friend right now. Acting like this is a fun game. But I want you to sit down so sexy that your baby husband is going to want to climb all over you.
I don't know when I'm getting married, but
Don't worry.
when the Lord bless me with someone who I need to be their real.
The father-daughter dance, to the mother-son dance, to the anniversary dance, to cutting of the cake, to the toast, everything is a presentation. And that's what I do.
The energy you give is the energy you receive. And just keep moving like this while I just kind of introduce the next one. Don't worry about that. I got you.
The wedding MC was great. We had great energy. I felt really comfortable, and it was a lot of fun.
Come on, I need that wedding party to get around there right quick.
The one thing I do is travel with a microphone. People say, when you go to work, what do you take in your toolkit? I take a microphone. I am Carl Mays, the wedding MC. So sit tight. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about soon.
I'll speak.
Hype party of the year.
Even our photographer said it's the best MC he's ever seen. So it's been absolutely amazing.
I don't even like wedding.
Right, me either. Outside of that,
MC.
that's right, y'all.
The king.
Yo, we're back,
Hey.
y'all. Back in it, just in case you guys are just tuning in. Those that are just tuning in, again, this is a wedding MC experience. I'm King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all. And we are definitely the wonderful couple that gives you something every Wednesday that's a little bit different than probably the things that hit your timeline.
Every other Wednesday.
Yeah, every other Wednesday. That's right. It's going to move to every Wednesday eventually.
All
so,
right.
So, y'all, this is Questions and Margaritas, but we said, let's take a break on the margaritas. My baby getting in shape, but I said, can you at least take a shot?
Yeah, so
Can we do a shot? Let's do a shot.
we can do a shot.
Let's do a shot.
We can do a shot.
We
This
ain't
is
gonna tell you what we drinking. We just gonna say
it's a tequila.
it's a premium.
Oh yes,
Call it what you want.
I think
Shout out to Zeke.
this kind of looks like a.
It's all clear. It look like water. They like
a
they ain't
double.
shit. They ain't shit. This is on there.
But I hope not.
So to bring in this segment, y'all, questions and margaritas, we're gonna call it questions and shots tonight. So let's take this shot now. What we do on this segment, y'all, we answer questions. Now it might not be the answer you want, but we're gonna give you something you need. Go
Oh
ahead.
God.
Cheers, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How many of y'all got friends that do that? Oh my God. Oh my God. That just warmed me up. Oh my God.
Stop it.
Like they don't drink. They be at the house taking shots on. Oh my God.
No, not all shots are created equal.
Okay, you're right.
I'm just saying.
So Misty is a drinker, obviously, y'all. I didn't start drinking until I met her. We'll talk about that on another show.
He always throwing me under the bus, y'all.
I love you.
But in a good way.
Okay.
You
I'm
just
just trying to tell you.
It's a roll in reverse, though.
I didn't know I cranked it up. I just threw you under it. I was just like, hot there right quick. All right, y'all. Questions and margaritas, y'all. This is what we gonna do. Questions and shots tonight. We got some questions from last week's episode. People emailed some questions in. We always pull like 2 or 3 questions to be able to talk about in the last segment of the show. Again, the email address, if you want to send some questions in for us to be able to address next week, definitely email your questions to the Wedding MC Experience at gmail.com. So make sure you get your questions in, and we're gonna definitely get a chance to talk about it. And in the meantime, the question that came up, this is kind of funny. It says, "This is embarrassing, but how do I stop allowing my subconscious mind to affect my relationship to the point where I feel like my life is not like what I see on social media?" Ooh.
What?
Okay, I'll say it again. This is embarrassing, is what he or she said. But how do I stop allowing my subconscious mind to affect my relationship to the point where I feel like my life is not like what I see on social media?
Well, first you need to stop comparing your life to social media.
So this obviously sounds like the world.
I mean, it is. But not for everybody. Not everybody does that. I think when you worry about what other people think
are doing,
or what they're doing, and how they and how you can live up to that.
But I think people are doing it subconsciously. You know, I mean, I agree. And the simple answer is just stop. However,
did I say that already?
No, you
I said stop comparing it.
You kind of said it, which is fine.
Okay.
Nicole, what's up? Carl, what up?
Hey.
So here's the thing. It's subconscious, and I get what they're saying, because if you absorb too much of it, subconsciously you start to emulate and think about and compare and perceive your life or compare your life based on what you're seeing.
Looking at.
Yeah, and if I had to give the advice, I would say, if you're doing a lot of social media, you need moderation.
Yeah.
So you probably need to
pull
back.
Divvy up what you're looking at.
Yeah, or pull back. I always say, man,
I agree.
We don't do enough detoxing.
No, we don't. Come on, detox.
So yeah.
Social media detoxes, they are real.
Yeah.
They are real.
That's right. So I think that people need to make sure that they detox as it relates to social media, because here's the thing. Subconsciously, hot. I know it made me warm too. I warmed up, my eyes sweating.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, yeah. So social media detox is so important to the point of where if you know more about what somebody else is doing and not about what you are going to do or doing, then there's a problem. Mm-hmm. For those that know that, I'm a sociology professor, and it's funny because some of my students can tell me everything about what somebody else is doing. But when I say, what is it that you want to do? What is some of your life goals or something like that? They can't explain it. And that to me is very asinine. And it's a weird system. Mm-hmm. And anytime it's like that, that means that they have consumed themselves so much of what everyone else is doing
that they don't even have any plans for themselves.
Yeah, they have no idea.
Right.
And the weirdest thing about life, y'all, is that either we're going to exist and exist with a purpose, or we're just existing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so
and we all have a purpose.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of people don't figure out what their purpose is.
Shout out to the Suttons. They would probably disagree with that, because they said they had a big conversation, a big banter thing with someone about whether or not people are born with a purpose and all that. I would love to be able to bring that back on the show. We'll make sure we bring that back.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, no, they didn't tell you about it, but they told me about it. I thought that was interesting. So
okay, whether it's big or small, you have a purpose,
right? And they were questioning whether or not people had purposes at all. Anyway, or did they create it? I was like, wow. So yeah, shout out to the Suttons, Tristan and CC, those are people. So in the meantime, so to the man or the woman, whoever emailed this in, I would say moderation.
Yeah.
Or pull back, or detox, or shut down. Because here's the thing, you're consuming too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, if you feel like, man, Laura and them traveling everywhere, man, we don't go nowhere but to the grocery store.
What?
They like they comparing themselves to you. Like
No, but
they
okay.
everywhere, and we don't do nothing but go to the grocery store.
That means they're not dating.
Well, of course, but
They're not expounding on their relationship.
well, I'm saying
It's stagnant.
probably so, but at the end of the day, your life is not to be compared with other people.
Agreed.
That's the problem with this situation.
But that sounded very unhappy.
Yeah. That was an example. I was having fun.
I'm sorry.
So here we go. So the next question. We got a minute and some seconds left to answer this.
Is it okay that me and my husband still keep everything separate after 5 years of marriage?
Ooh.
What do you
Separate?
keep it separate?
I just are they pertaining to bills or my wife was just coughed. She got choked up on that.
I did.
So listen. The simple answer is this. I don't know what they're relating to because they weren't specific, but I would say that if you decide to get married, you cross pollinate anyway.
Right.
And if you keep everything separate, we relate that to what, roommates?
Yeah.
So you don't have to get married. Just be roommates, right?
But they're already married.
Right. Kamisha said facts. I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, marriage is
it okay?
optional.
What is it okay? It's okay for you. I mean, I guess because you've done it this far, and I guess that's what works for your relationship.
Right, but obviously it doesn't, it's a problem because that's probably why she asked the question because that's either, or it's either out of guilt or what have you. But the biggest thing is this.
Or it could be another comparison.
Probably so.
Ah.
However, if that is a challenge for you and you feel like y'all are living separate, then technically y'all are roommates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that sounds
means
so awful.
Yeah, and there's no reason to be married. I always say marriage is an option. You choose to marry, and you're not forced to. So if you decide to do it, then that means that you've decided to be able to say that this is somebody that I'm going to share my life with and I'm going to trust my life with. So in the meantime, if that's a challenge for you, hey, work on that. Definitely seek a little bit of marital counseling, pre-marital or post-marital counseling. And just to be able to make some adjustments. Again, there is no instruction manual to this marriage thing.
Agreed.
And one shoe doesn't fit all. So you have to go with what works for you. If that is something that works for y'all, then that's fine. But if it's obviously causing issues, then you need to try to figure out a way to be able to get better at that, right?
Yes, growth.
Yo, let me tell y'all something. This is the Wedding MC Experience, y'all. We definitely are out of time. This is a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. It's the last Wednesday of July 2019.
Yes.
The next time y'all see us will be in August, damn near all the way through 2019. Getting ready to enter that last quarter. We want to make sure y'all get a chance to make it great. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do. Do everything we would. In the meantime, do us a favor. Pull up those social medias, man. We want to make sure y'all get a chance to understand this. In 24 hours, we will be on all of these that you see on your screen. Spotify.
Anchor.
Radio Public.
Pocket Cast.
Yeah, Pocket Cast.
Facebook Live.
Yes.
We're already on there now.
Yeah, Podcast.
Breaker.
You can go to your Google Podcast or your Apple Play Store.
YouTube.
And definitely pull it down. That's right. And SoundCloud.
Yes.
So we want to make sure y'all get a chance to do that. We are going to premiere the recording as a live on YouTube 24 hours later. We love doing that. I think it's great. Get people to start liking the YouTube page. We're doing this organically. We're not trying to purchase anything.
Yeah.
We're not trying to purchase any likes or anything like that, but we believe in you, and we believe that you will support what we have going on. So in the meantime, if you like great content, you like great love, great conversation, great relationships, and you have a great relationship too, maybe one day we'll get you on the show along with your loved one. In the meantime, be great. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do.
Do everything we would.
That's right, y'all. I'm King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
And this is the Wedding MC Experience. We'll see y'all on the next show.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Wedding MC Experience podcast. Join the king and queen next week where they make you stop what you're doing and enjoy another unbelievable experience. You've been listening